a question from another Michael Keating.
Michael Keating from Keating Media. So I think I'll direct my question to Dr Michael Keating. You've said in your report that, contrary to the statements of many politicians, there's no strategic requirement to build the subs in Australia unless they offer value for money. Given the amount of political capital invested by this government and assumingly by future governments in that process, can you realistically see that as an option to build overseas?
The statement you just referred to is correct. There's no strategic need to build them in Australia any more than there's a need to build the F-35 in Australia, or tanks in Australia, or whatever. We do buy, most of our military equipment is made overseas, particularly the big stuff, and we don't. That's not a problem. So there's no need to do it. The question then becomes, how cost-effective it is to build it in Australia. And while I understand that the politics of building in Adelaide in particular, it's fundamentally wrong to allow those politics, the tail of the dog, to wag the dog. It's just fundamentally wrong. So another way of putting it is, the reason why we want to get a quoted price for these modified off-the-shelf submarines to be built in either Australia or overseas is so we can see what we would have to pay. What is the price difference we would have to pay for Australia? Now, if the difference isn't very big, I'd expect them to be built in Australia. But if the price difference is 100%, and remember, we have had effective protection rates in the past of 100%, and we said that was stupid, and we got rid of it eventually. And I'd hope we'd get rid of it rather quicker this time if it was 100%. So there's a judgment to be made as to how much you're willing to pay for building Australia overseas, and the process we're advising would get you the information on which that judgment could be made.